Some of you have wanted to see it, but that's it. It's got a high top on it. I love it. Ship, Dollar Tree, coffee, brother. That's my agenda today. And then I'll come home and my wife has some things to do in the afternoon, so I can't stay out forever. I'm thinking about maybe after shipping in the Dollar Tree, I'll go get a cup of coffee, probably at my corner store that I like to go to sometimes and sit. And if there's a good spot there, I'll sit there, maybe. And if there's not, I'll go to Walmart across the street. So that's my plans. They're very complicated today. Anyway, it's kind of chilly, but not so chilly that I can't just wear a thin, like my leather jacket. I have my thick jacket back there in the back. You can see all that. Well, you can see it back there. It's piled up on my my art. I have a lot of paintings back there. Still, I haven't taken them out from the other day. So, anyway, see you in a bit. I saw a video a couple days ago that was interesting. It was kind of like I already knew this statistic, kind of like I knew the breakdown of this, like so many percent, I forgot what it was, like only 3% of YouTubers get 10,000 subscribers and only 7% reach 1,000 or something. But that was one video that I watched. But this one said that 88% of YouTubers reaches 1,000 subscribers. So that was a little more than the other statistic, right? Because I'm pretty sure it said 7%, which would mean 93% don't reach 1,000. So I'm not sure which is correct, and I don't know how they go about finding out that analytical data or whatever, but anyway, the number is low. And the key, I think, is just sticking with it. Finding a target market that you can clearly define and that you enjoy making videos for, and then just going for it. Let's see what I hear. Unlock the iris. Dark again. Anyway. But longevity, I think that's really the key. I mean, sure, you're going to have those YouTubers that's going to go viral and maybe get a lot of subscribers. Wow, that sun is so bright, it's washing me out. A lot of subscribers quickly, but most just have to do the daily grind and work our way up there. I just think it's interesting. I guess the whole point of that, bringing that up, is just perseverance. Keep at it, keep at it, keep at it, keep at it, and make sure you love what you're doing. Don't pick a niche market that you don't like, and that it's a struggle to make videos for. I have no target market except my two boys, as I said other times on this channel. They're the reason I started the channel. Tell little stories about my past and little things that we do in our life, so I can record them for posterity and they can, go back one day and see them. I don't know why I'm dark. I'm having this trouble with my videos lately. I never had this trouble, and all of a sudden I do. I've turned off battery saver. I don't know what's going on. But as I said before, just pretend like it's in the evening time and I'm a little darker, except when I put my arm down, and then I'm bright, kind of. I'm in the trees right now. But yeah, just keep it up. Perseverance, longevity. It's, it could be work, but it'll pay out in the end. It's those that want a quick fix are the ones that they drop off and they don't ever make 1,000 subscribers. That's what I think anyway. I don't know. Okay, adjust my mirror over there. For some reason it's pointing straight down to the road. Like, why it's doing that? There we go. Now I can see out of both side mirrors. Anyway, I'm almost to the post office, so let me run in there and ship this one little tiny item that I have to ship today. And then I'll go to the Dollar Tree. My brother wanted some index cards, so I told him I'd go by there, swing by there before I came over to see him today. He's older than me. He's my oldest brother. And he was drafted during the Vietnam War. But fortunately, he was sent to Germany and France and places like that, so he didn't actually have to go to Vietnam. So he was one of the very fortunate ones. It's a nice day. It's real pretty. The sun is out. Like I said, it's a little cool. Probably, I guess you consider it cold, but I guess that's all relative, I guess, to what you're used to. To me, it's just kind of cool today. And I am here at the post office, and oh boy, there's not one place to park. That means I have to go in the back. Wow, there's people back here too. What in the world? A run on the post office. There's like literally no place to park. Wow. Way back here in the back where the employees park. Yeah, there is a spot back here. All right. See you in a bit. So that's done. We were in there talking about. I'm usually later, like in 1 o'clock range, and today it's a lot earlier, so they're surprised to see me this early. But we started talking about coffee, and then inevitably it went to my favorite kind of coffee is Cafe Bustelo, because I drink the espresso blend, when I make coffee. And I also like the little individual sticks, coffee stick things where you open it and make 1 cup. And we were talking about that, and it's like the grocery store that I usually get this coffee at, they haven't stocked those little boxes in probably 2 months. I haven't been able to get my little coffee sticks. They're usually on sale like once a month for 99 cents for the box. So I said, well, okay, I'll just get them on Amazon. Yeah, who cares? I go to Amazon and they're like $6 a box. So then I go down to the jar of Cafe Bustelo coffee, which is instant. I like instant. I like both, but I also like instant. And I think it's around $8 at the grocery store. I thought that was a lot. I mean, I'm like, okay, $8. I thought it'd be like $6.50, $6.99 or whatever. So I go to Amazon and look at that, and they're like $16 to $18 for the same jar. I'm like, well, I could buy these at the grocery store and sell them on Amazon and double plus my money. It's like, why are they so much on Amazon? Seriously, I couldn't believe it. But it's like there's this shortage of Cafe Bustelo. I mean, we were talking about that. It's like, where's the Cafe Bustelo? It's not. They're not stocking it like they did. I'm getting very concerned because I like the small individual stick things because I keep them in my van. And that way, and I haven't had them for like over a month. but I like to keep them back there. So like today, if I didn't want to spend money on coffee, or if I really wanted a good cup of coffee as opposed to, I don't know, not all convenience store coffee is bad, so I can't really say like convenience store coffee, because I found 2 convenience stores here locally that makes good coffee. But I won't mention an institute I go to, so if you've seen my videos, you can figure that out. Hold on, it's my alarm. I had to turn that off. It's telling me to drink water and exercise, and I have exercised today, so for the first time in like 100 years. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, in my prior videos, if you watch some of them, you'll know my 2 favorite convenience store places to sit and get coffee, and they're good coffee. They're really good. But there's another convenience store that's a pretty big convenience store chain. I think there's 1, 2, 3 or 4 in my area, and their coffee, it's not good. So therefore, I won't mention the name of that M store. Anyway, so now I'm almost to the Dollar Tree. I think the engine mounts are loose in my van, because when I come to a stop, it kind of vibrates, and I can't figure out anything else it would be at this point, because it runs fine, except sometimes when you stop at a red light, and it kind of hesitates, but it's gotten a tune-up. We spent, $300 or $400 on a tune-up not too long ago. It could be other things, but I'm thinking it could be the engine mount. Where I'm going. I was going to go and park there, and then it's handicapped. There is no sign. It's just this old, dirty, washed out blue painting on the pavement, so I can't park there. But I can park here. And I shall be back in just a bit. I remembered something a little disturbing while I was in the Dollar Tree, and that is that this store, the last 2 times that I've gotten coffee there, they didn't have powdered creamer to put in my coffee, which is why I started going to the other store that I like so much, because they always have powdered creamer. But see, that's out of the way. This is kind of like in the trajectory of where I'm going, that way, and then down the highway to my brother's. So I guess I'll have to drink black coffee today, unless they got more creamer, but I bet they didn't. Let's go see. I'm not going to stop. I could stop at Aldi and get a jar of it for the van, of the creamer, but I don't feel like it. It's just another stop, and I don't feel like stopping, so I'll just shoot on down there to the store and drink black coffee. That's all they have. So tomorrow, I'm going out with my neighbor friend. He's the guy that lives on the other side of the fence. And we go out and get coffee every now and then. We have a favorite coffee shop we go to in the town over. So we'll probably leave around 9 in the morning, and we usually get back around 1-ish. And then I'm going to meet somebody at 3 o'clock for more coffee at a bakehouse here in town that has good coffee, good pastries and things like that, but good coffee. That's what I'm mainly interested in. This guy, I haven't seen this guy the 3 o'clock tomorrow. I haven't seen him for over a decade. He was a friend that he helped on my last movie production. And I never finished that movie production. This is one, I mentioned this videos back, I don't even know when, but we filmed in the forest in the middle of the night, 3 nights in a row, and it was in the teens. It was very cold, very, very, very frigid cold in the middle of the woods, a horror movie. And it was what you call a run and gun, meaning you shoot really quickly what you need, and then boom, you go to the next shot, and boom, you go to the next shot. You don't sit around and you don't inspect the footage. You don't mull around like, did this turn out? Did that turn out? You get what you need. And as the director, I would know if the actors delivered, so I didn't feel like I needed to redo it or get many multiple shots, because it was a run and gun. I was paying people, and we wanted to make the movie in 3 days, 3 nights in the middle of the woods. We filmed from about 9 at night until about 5 or 6 in the morning, so all through the night. Well, lo and behold, I took a week off after the production because I was just totally 100% dead tired. That's when my oldest son was 3 years old, probably around 3. So I had that, I had the middle of the night, the weird hours, the coldness, the stress of getting everything I needed. So I took a week off anyway. At the end of that week, I started reviewing the footage. Devastating. The lubricant in the gears of my camera were freezing. The lubricant was freezing. And a lot of the footage didn't turn out. The audio didn't turn out. It was choppy. It would cut off. I lost probably 30% of my footage. And that's a lot, 30%. So I was depressed. For a while I had to rewrite the script because those actors had moved on, they're gone, it's over. So I started thinking, could I interweave another character into this movie who never directly interacts with any of the characters, with the exception of the guy I'm meeting tomorrow at 3. He played the evil guy, and he was totally willing to help me out with it. And we did film a shot that was supposed to be toward the end of the movie where I end up shooting him and killing him in his house. So, I don't know where to park over here. It's just in the shade. It's going to be cold. But it got complicated. It got really complicated. And in the end, I mentioned this in the book, I believe. No, I mentioned it. No, it was a prior video. That when I accepted Christ into my life, it changed everything. And I didn't feel right about finishing that movie because of the content. Not the killing and horror and all that. That would be fine. But the language was horrendous. I mean, like every other word, it seems like. It was bad. I mean, unless I could find someone who could dub over a lot of the language, I don't think I'll ever pursue it. And it's a shame because they the actors did a great job. Really did a good job. The footage that I have is really good. But the language is so bad. Anyway, I've moved on from that. don't know what I'll ever do with it. But this all comes up just because I'm meeting this guy tomorrow for the first time in probably 12 years, around 12 years, maybe 13, 12, probably 12 years. I think my oldest son was about 3. I'm pretty sure he was about 3. Anyway, I look forward to seeing him. Anyway, I'm at the coffee spot. I got some cookies, and I'm going to tell you a little story. Not a long story. But I did start exercising. You remember, if you watched my last video, I said that I wanted to start exercising. I did. I did 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups, and 100 kind of crunches, I guess. I don't know what you want to call them. But I had to cheat on all of them because I couldn't do a full-fledged push-up or sit-up because, I'm just out of shape. My stomach is just weak and flabby. My muscles are just not what they should be. I figure, though, that do the best that I can do and try to do better each day and see what happens. But that said, I said, I also have the desire to eat better. For instance, this morning, I ate a piece of peanut butter toast, which is not horrendous for you, but yeah, sugar, salt, so it's not great. Like one of my friends told me, the natural was a lot better, but it doesn't taste as good. So, to me, I'd get used to it like I got used to black coffee. But I do have a desire to eat better. I drank a big cup of hot water today. I meant to put lemon in it and I forgot. But, okay, I did it though. Look, I got Chips Ahoy cookies, chocolate chip. I said this is kind of a christening, breaking the wine bottle or whatever, champagne on the boat, the bow, wherever you break it on. I'm not sure what part yet. I know what part, but I don't know the exact name of it. Of this journey of exercising. And this is my bottle of champagne. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to eat these today. I'm going to try not to eat stuff like that for at least 30 days because I want to see the result, how I feel in 30 days. Can I see a difference? Can I feel a difference? And in order to feel a difference and maybe see a difference too, I know I'm going to have to cut out stuff like this. So this is it. I promise you guys, I'm not going to eat stuff like this for at least 30 days. I'm going to drink lemon water. I'm not giving up my coffee because there's nothing wrong with coffee. The powdered creamer, that's a different story. I'm not so sure that's anything that you would see on your body, as it's more like bad for your heart. I guess. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. That's what I've heard. I've heard that the main problem with powdered creamer is your heart. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy my cookies. I'm not going to feel guilty about it because this is like the start, the dawn of this journey for 30 days. Like I said, I'm christening the bow or whatever you want to call it, the boat. I don't know what you're supposed to christen, and then I'm going to sail off to the deep waters. Toward good health, I hope. Better health. It's not like I'm not dying or anything like that anyway. I'm just saying that at my age, I need to do better. I have 2 kids to account to. So, let me go get my coffee. And if they have powdered creamer, you never know. I may just go ahead and drink it black anyway. But being the last day, I may not. Yeah, see you in a bit. I forgot where the button was. Cheers. Black coffee. It's fine. So we owned a coffee shop right around the corner here. And we used to get a lot of business from the National Forest, especially in the summer. Oh my goodness, we would be like a line out our door, literally, and out front of the window. It was so crazy. That was we closed it in 2009 because of the economy went bust. I guess we opened it. We had it a couple years, so I really don't. I mentioned this in a couple of videos, but it's like one of my most favorite businesses that I've ever owned, and I've owned a few businesses. I've always been a creative person, an entrepreneur. I've owned a gift shop down in Florida, which is where I met my wife. She came in once and bought some things, and then she came in again. And I remember I would assemble some plants in ceramic pots, like a dish garden, and I had them in the front of the store for sale. And I went up, she was looking at them, so I went up and asked her, can I help you with anything? And then she said, well, do you make these dish gardens? And I remember getting a little bit of an attitude. I'm like, well, yeah, why? Because I thought she was like questioning maybe their quality. And it was just kind of a funny situation. We both ended up laughing about it. Because, I mean, I did. I thought she was like, did you make these? Or like whatever. But that was the second time she was in the store, I believe. And then she came in, I think it was a third time. And I asked her out. And we went to a corner restaurant. This was downtown. My business was downtown. I love downtown businesses. But anyway, it was next to me was an old lady that had a dress shop. Then there was a Silver Ring cafe sandwich shop that had authentic Cuban sandwiches. And then there was Roberto's, who was a Mexican restaurant. So I asked her out for lunch, and we went to Roberto's for lunch, and that was our first date, Roberto's. And once we started dating, we saw each other every single day until we were married for many years. Well, there's never been a day I haven't seen her since that first date. There's been times, many years after we were married, we never spent a night apart, like in bed. But then I took a job that was graveyard shift. And that was when my son was first born. He was about 1, I guess. But I had to work like at 9 at night until like 7 in the morning. So I was literally gone all night long. I hated that. That was like, it was a good paying job. Though I feared for my life, it was a good paying job. That's why I quit, because I had some people fired. And through the grapevine, I worked on a really, really large campus where I drove a truck around, had to get out in the middle of the night and do different things. And they came to me and said, watch your back. Because this guy, he could take care of business. So just watch your back, watch the bushes and things like that. And then I told my wife, I said, there ain't no job worth that, okay? I gave my notice. I told him the next day, literally. I gave my notice, and the guy was like, I hate to see you go. And I told him the situation. I said, it's just not worth it. I'm not going to get hurt or maybe even die, be killed because of a job. I have a kid at home. I have a wife at home, and it's not worth it. No amount of money. He said, I understand. He said, well, do you want to work out your 2-week notice? I would prefer you to, but you don't have to, because I have somebody that I probably could, fill in until we find somebody permanent. So I just basically said, what's the advantages and disadvantages? He said, well, the disadvantage would be that we can't recommend you, and I for a job in this company. I'd give you a good personal reference, but you couldn't be rehired for the company if you walk out. He said, but I'd give you a great personal reference because I like you. You do a good job. You're a good worker. I said, no offense to you, but I don't ever plan on working for this company again. So if you don't mind, then I'll just go ahead and quit now. So that's what I did. He was totally okay with it. I mean, he's the one that brought it up. So I would never stiff somebody like that. I believe in giving notices and things like that, except, extenuating circumstances. And I believe that qualified for just that. Anyway, yeah, so we came up here and had the coffee shop, but I've also owned dish gardens. I had a wholesale dish garden and plant nursery that we supplied florists with that product for a while. We bought a box truck, and I put shelves in there, and we loaded it with plants and dish gardens, and we had a route. I had a route. My wife did the calling, and then I would stop by, and then I made a route, and we would go around, and I would go around. Well, I keep saying we. I did it by myself. I guess I'm talking about me and my truck. I love my truck. I call it the happy truck. The happy truck. It was an older truck, but fixed it up nice, and I love that truck. I wish I still had it and turned it into a camper van. But that was a fun business. I've done a little bit of everything in my life. I lived in Gainesville, Florida for a year. I lived in Pensacola, Florida for a year. I lived in Flint, Michigan for a year. And now I lived here in the mountains since 1997. And I've said it before, I'd never move back to Florida. If you're a Floridian, I'm not slandering anything. I'm just saying that once you move to the mountains and you see 4 distinct seasons, the beautiful mountains, the nature, the plethora of things to do like rock climbing, swimming, tubing, fishing, biking, hiking, camping, gem and mineral, searching the rivers. It goes on and on and on and on, all within a few minutes from my house. There ain't no way I'd move back to Florida. I love it up here. I wouldn't mind having a second house on the beach. I like the beach. I like to metal detect. That's fun. But I wouldn't be buying a house just to metal detect, but I'd buy a house because I do like the ocean, the water, even though it makes me feel a little strange. Looking out makes me feel kind of melancholy. I had an old lady. I was at a flea market, and she was looking at me, staring at me. It made me very uncomfortable. And she came up to me, and she said, "Did you know that you were a sailor in a previous life? And that you died on the ocean?" Ooh, I was like, whoa. I don't believe in previous lives. But it is weird because I do, when I'm around the water, I feel this sense of foreboding or whatever. But I definitely don't believe in reincarnation. I'm a Christian. I believe you're born here once, you die, and you end up in heaven with the Lord. So that's my belief. Nothing can change that. There's too many, even if I wasn't a Christian, but I was just an intellect, and I decided to study the Bible, there's so much historical things in there that can be proven and facts that it's undeniable that it's the truth. It really is. Wow, this guy's driving erratic. He's weaving in and out of cars, and now I guess he's just trying to get gas. But I was getting a little concerned there. Thought he might take me out. I don't want to be taken out. I haven't really talked about much today, have I? I haven't told a story. Well, yeah, I did a little bit. I told you how my wife and I met. That's kind of like a story. And since this channel is really for my boys, that's a good thing because I don't even know. I guess they know how we met. But hey, guys, that's how we met. All those years ago. We met in 1991. And we were married in 1994. We've been married now. It's coming up April will be, I guess, 31 years. We were married a long time before we had our kids. I'm glad. Perfect timing. They keep me feeling young. Love my boys. Anyway, I'm going to sit and drink my coffee. Work on those cookies. I appreciate you joining me for a chit chat, a camper van chat. Yeah. Leave me a comment down below. I'm not getting a lot of comments. I'd appreciate some comments about things that you like to do. Do you enjoy driving around? Do you enjoy drinking coffee and going out and camping? What do you like to do? Yeah, just let me know who you are watching these videos. I don't have a lot of subscribers, but I have a few, and I appreciate every single one of you. But it'd be cool like to know a little bit more about you. Anyway, I'm going to go. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Love you guys. God loves you. God is good. Don't forget to read the 91st Psalm, the 23rd Psalm, and the Lord's Prayer every day. It's going to change your life. You will definitely feel the change. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you soon. Take care.